So it starts right up, no issues there. Idles a little bit, and then it goes idles high. And then I think the check engine light flashing. Idles high for a while, and then it kind of almost cuts out. Boom, and then it starts idling normal again. So, driving me nuts. Okay, it's ready to go. Normal. Everything's good. There it goes. And it goes back normal. So I was checking out different things, you know. Apparently to me the idle air control valve is working, because otherwise the idle wouldn't go up and then go back down, right? I was checking out the coolant temperature sensor. That had water or coolant in the plug, in the connector. So I took that out, and sure enough, I go, maybe it's shorting out the voltages there, you know, so it's not reading correctly. Although I'm not getting any engine codes on that. So yeah, on to something else. I've been getting like this banging sound, a popping sound. It's kind of like a bad radius arm bushing. It's only when I back up though. So like if I stop, put it in drive, reverse, and back down the driveway here, when I hit the brakes, you hear that popping sound. Pump. You can feel it. Feels like it's right under the floorboard. It's the first thing you think of is radius arm bushings, but all that's been changed. All that's been done. And what's left, right? I got the axle pivot bushings. I'm thinking, would that do it? I mean, I changed those. It's already got the urethane bushings on there. So I think I'm gonna change those out, and then we'll take it back to another alignment shop and see if they can get it to steer a little better. Alright, so got the bolt out. The bolt looks normal. Had to jack it up a little, just take the tension off and then lower it back down. Let's see if I can lower it enough to get the bushing out. That's all I want. There we go, there we go. One more. No, come on. That's as far as it's gonna go. Just pry bar in there. Let's see if I can pry something. There it goes. That's all I need right there, I think. So this thing is like in, what, 3 pieces, right? It's got the outside piece. And it's got that sleeve. Come on. There we go. I don't see nothing wrong with that. And it's got another bushing in there. Shit, these still look good to me. I think I'm wasting my time. I got a new sleeve for that, but I don't see nothing wrong with that. See, this is the thing I'm talking about. Why take that one out? I don't see nothing wrong with it. Alright, so I think this is going to work. I use my C-clamp and a couple washers to push this stuff into the socket, right? So my first shot was to put all the bushings in and then try to put this in. That didn't work out very good. I tried to put the sleeve in, all I did was push the bushings out the other side. So, second attempt, assemble the bushings with the sleeve and then push the whole thing in with the C-clamp. And then, it's a tight fit between the brackets here, so I had to get out my little pry bars, my little Harbor Freight pry bars, and wedge them in there and hit the floor jack at the same time to get them started. And once they're started, it looks like everything's just going to go right in there. Back it back up. I think. Let's see. I'm kind of in a bad position here. I'm laying down on my back here, trying to keep an eye on everything going together. Hopefully the bolt lines up. Higher, 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 higher. It's a little off. Let's see, so what do we do now? What do we do now, Homer? It's off center. Not top to bottom, side to side. Maybe I can do the pry bar thing again. So let's see, you see here. See that? Is that a 1/4 inch? Almost worked. What I don't want to do is lower it back down, because then it's going to pop out from the bracket. Oh, nothing popping here. Let's see here. Oh, it's going up. It's not supposed to go up anymore. I want to go up. There you go. Aha! I think I got it. Alright, so I'm getting better at this. You know, the last time I did this was probably 6 years ago, so this bushing, it's not in the bracket, it's got to go back. I mean, well, the whole arm here's got to go back, so I got to pry that back and jack it up at the same time. And you know, there's times you just gotta get creative, right? Because that's all I gotta do. Once I get it up in the bracket there, then I can fish the bolt in there. So what are we gonna do? You know, I need to pump the jack and then pry that axle thingy there back at the same time. Let's see here. I don't think I can do this. One hand on there, and then pump the jack with the other. Well, out there, so you know what? The idle, I don't know. I started up right now, fast idle. Doesn't stay fast. It doesn't start fast. But I replaced the coolant temperature sensor yesterday, and I figure I'd look into it today, and I couldn't find nothing wrong with it. I had to trace wires down and figure things out, and yeah, it all makes sense to me. It seems to be working proper. So that was $30. $30 for that sensor at O'Reilly's. I could have got it cheaper somewhere else, but you know what? I want it now, not tomorrow. It's tomorrow already, you know. The bushings were another 30 bucks. The polyurethane bushings, didn't need them. From what I could tell, the bushings looked good. They were still, you know, proper shape and everything. They weren't deformed or nothing like that. Changed them out anyway because I got them, right? If you're going to go through all that work to take them out and look at them, you might as well put the new ones back in. So takes care of that. I'll take it to the alignment shop tomorrow. Hopefully they can tweak the alignment settings, the castor a little bit so it dries a little better. And that's probably about it. Got issues. I got issues, yeah. Trying to get my Bronco lined, right? After I took the winch bumper off and the winch, the ride height raised up and threw the camber off. So I took it into the shop I've been going to for like forever, as long as I've owned the Bronco, right? And so they get the camber back, right? And go, cool. But now it's all over the road. I figure something's wrong with it. Something's wrong with it. And so that was about 2 weeks ago. Today I drove it around. I was like, oh no, this is no good. So I talked to a guy over at Grand Tire. And yeah, he started going. He guy knows what he's doing. Okay, Grand Tire over in Covina. So I questioned him about it. I want to say, I want to make sure you guys know what you're doing. You know, and these twin traction beam Ford twin traction beam suspensions. Oh yeah, he started telling me about castor and camber and all that. And these things are a pain, and you know, it could take him an hour to get it aligned. It could take 2 hours to line it up. It all depends. And he really didn't have time for it. Wanted me to leave it there, and I'm like, fuck. You know, that's like 2 towns away from me. I'm like, oh man, I'm not ready for that right now. I tell him, well, maybe I'll bring it back tomorrow when I can arrange somebody to pick me up or give me a ride or something. So anyway, just out of frustration, I go, you know what, I'll take it back to Bear Framing Wheel and go talk to Rick again. So I drop it off. Rick says, oh yeah, well, okay, we'll look into it. We'll see what we can do. And then calls me back. He says, oh well, you know, a lift kit, you got to have the radius arm drop brackets. That's what you need because we can't align it anymore. The alignment cams are maxed out, and you know that's all we can do. You know, if you got a 4-inch lift, you got to use a 4-inch radius arm drop bracket or a 6-inch radius arm drop bracket. I'm like, huh? I'm like, Rick, this kit does not use radius arm drop brackets. This is the Pro Comp kit I got in there, Stage 2 Pro Comp kit. It uses the factory radius arm brackets and the longer radius arms, right? I go, by the way, Rick, it's the same lift kit that's been on there all the time I bring it into you all these years. He says, oh well, yeah, but you raised it up. I go, yeah, I might have raised up a little bit, but is it that much? Is it going to make a difference? And then you're telling me now that I need radius arm drop brackets. It's a 6-inch kit, 6-inch radius arm drop brackets. This kit doesn't come with them. So I'm like, well, yeah, I don't want to order those radius arm drop brackets. They sell them right here for the basic kit. If you go to the basic kit has them right there. Radius arm drop brackets for the factory radius arms. Okay, this truck does not have the factory radius arm, so it's like that might be overkill. That might be too much drop, right? Yeah, driving me. It's frustrating. So I'm online right now looking for radius arm drop brackets, right? The ProComp has the 4 and the 6-inch ones. I don't need that much. Tough Country makes a 2-inch. That's probably all I need, because how high did it go since I took the bumper off, right? They do make a 4-inch bracket. I'm looking at their 4-inch kit here. And then after that they go to 6-inch, but the 6-inch is for the 6-inch radius arms, and their radius arms are totally different than these radius arms from ProCop, okay? Alright guys, so I'm looking at the part from, I'm getting tired here. I gotta go walk back to go get the Bronco still. But this is the Tough Country product, okay? This is a radius arm drop bracket. It's actually a spacer. Because it was blowing my mind looking at that thing. I actually called the company a little while ago and said, hey, how in the heck is this supposed to work? It tells you, oh, it's a spacer. You use your factory radius arm bracket, and this is a spacer in between, so it drops down. I go, oh, okay. Ready to ship, you know, whereas 4 Parts told me it'd be a week. $132 and $13 in tax. Rat bastards. I got a little more to edit from our last trail run, but there's not a whole lot to it. We basically drive from Ibex Springs back to Saratoga Springs Road and hit the trail. We actually got up early and headed out only because the guys with the Cherokee is having the pulley problem. Yeah, I wanted to head back early just in case, and sure enough, on his way out, the pulley finally just flew off the fan and took out his radiator. So that wasn't very good. Well, the good thing was they left early, right? And they had to tow it back to Baker, which was no fun. I can imagine it was no fun because being that it was, what was it, Sunday morning or Monday morning? But anyway, the traffic coming out of Dumont, all the RVers and stuff on a little 2-lane road, and here you are trying to tow somebody. Yeah, so that was tough. They, I understood they were going to call AAA once they got to Baker, but I'm thinking, you know, being that it was a President's Day weekend, I bet tow truck business was busy. They might have been there all day waiting for a tow truck. Yeah, it's a shame, I tell you. Anyway, I have people asking me about running Mangle Pass and also going up Warm Springs and Butte Valley, the geologist cabin. Yeah, I've been wanting to head on back there and basically actually camp out a couple of days there at Butte Valley. Now, I got a question the other day, well, if I'm going to do that, am I going to do Mangle Pass again? I go, I could. You know, so I got some guys that want to go do Mangle Pass, yeah. And I've done it twice, and both times we just basically drove right through. Sightseed, you know, spent all day driving. I don't want to do that again. I want to go actually spend a couple of days around Butte Valley there by the geologist cabin. So if anybody interested in doing that, let me know. I'd like to do it in the next couple of weeks. We'll see. Whoa, yeah, boy, this burned me out. This is all I did today was run around with the Bronco issues. Yesterday I went to the wrecking yard and I found I need shock nuts and washers for the blue Bronco. And I got those. I got the magnetic plug for the differential. I got that. And while I was walking around, I found some horns laying on the floor. I go, heck, the gray one needs horns. I don't know what happened to the horns, but there's no horns on there no more. So I found some horns laying on the floor. I go, shit, good enough. Let's get out of here. Where are they at? What do I do with them? I'll put them somewhere here. Anyway, I'll see you later. I gotta go for a walk.